not just a business, it's a lifestyle.
I was in a car crash with my parents. There's no plan B, essentially. You have to go all in. We are here to lead and grow and heal everyone in the US. That is our mission.
Today we'll talk about interesting business in US in this incredible view with our guests. Please introduce yourself, your name, and what is your business about.
So my name is David Kostrup. I am the CEO and founder of Arctic Elevation. We are a performance health and wellness center. So we offer the most advanced and effective wellness treatments through a holistic approach to everyone's health and wellness.
Yeah, and I'm Kiana Kostrup, David's wife, and together we just work alongside one another, helping him with everything we need to continue to grow Arctic Elevation and just continue helping people heal and just achieve their wellness goals.
How do you divide your roles between you?
So, I got very lucky with the most wonderful wife that will kind of do anything for me. I kind of call her my Swiss Army knife. She does marketing. She's the head of training, but she does everything. I'm definitely more on this. So as Arctic continues to grow, big picture, space, while she handles more so day to day.
Okay, great. So let's start with you. I'll have more questions for how it was started. How was idea started?
Well, the idea is very personal to me. So I grew up really healthy. I was a really active kid. Soccer was my favorite sport. I always dreamed of being a professional soccer player. That was my one goal, dream in life. But my life kind of took a turn when I was 13. So I started to feel weaker. It was very random. I grew up very healthy. I lost about 30 pounds in 2 weeks. So I was 6 feet tall, 105 pounds, and I was 13 years old. So you can imagine I was the smallest stick. Through this process, each day, I'd be in more pain. How I describe is my entire lower half was in this constant burning, sharp pain that I just can't even describe to anyone. It was 10 out of 10 pain, 24/7. I'd go to sleep, I'm in pain. I'd wake up in pain. I'm going through each day, I'm in pain. And so when I try to tell this to a doctor, I never felt heard or seen. In the beginning, I was so young. I was 13, 14, 15. And it always felt like the doctors weren't taking me too seriously because, oh, he's a kid. He's not in that much pain. He's exaggerating it, growing pains. And so I wasn't never taken seriously. And so that started a really long and debilitating cycle of going to a doctor's office with a little bit of hope because this person might be able to help me. And then I'd leave feeling worse because it was the same thing mentally of, I'm not sure, I don't know how to help you. Maybe this person can, maybe this specialist can, maybe they have an answer for you. I'd write this prescription, think about this treatment. There was no proper solution to what I was experiencing for years on years. And throughout all the years of neglect, my condition only started to get worse and worse. I suffered organ failure when I was 16. But we all have like a breaking point in our life where we hit rock bottom. For me, that was when I was 17. And so I was in a car crash with my parents up in Seattle, Washington. We were hit going about 70, 75 miles an hour on a freeway. And so we 360 spun, hit another car. And so that car crash left me with severe nerve and cervical damage in my neck. After that car crash, I wasn't able to turn my neck to the left for 3 years, and I couldn't use my right arm for a year and a half.
So now you're, how old are you now?
I'm 23.
Okay.
So this was over 6 years ago now. This was just a horrible thing to happen because I was already going through so much. I was still experiencing incredible amount of pain in my entire lower half. I had so many injuries because my body, it just didn't have the resources it needed when I was growing up. Like I've dislocated my left shoulder 11 times. I have this car crash. Can't use my neck, can't use my arm. Okay, what am I gonna do? Like I was in so much pain. I felt like all my dreams had vanished. I couldn't do anything with my life. And so I'm just stuck. I'm stuck in this cycle. That's when I finally said, I'm done with our healthcare system. I need to find an answer for myself. I need to just do something. So I started doing as much research as I possibly could into holistic wellness. I'm looking about this, looking at that, and I find out about red light therapy. I'm like, okay, I've done everything you can imagine. Red light therapy, it seems interesting. Maybe it can help me. So I ran a 3-month study on myself to see, is this going to affect me even in the slightest? I'm doing it 4 times a week, 4 to 5 times a week over the first month. And I could, after the 30 days, I could turn my neck to the left about 25%. It's like, okay, I could actually do 3 whole months. I can commit myself to 3 months. 3 months finish. Again, I'm still doing 4 to 5 times a week. I could turn my neck to the left, fully to the left, and my right arm was completely
just red
healed.
light.
Just red light therapy, because you're working at the cellular level to advance healing. And I had 2 autoimmune conditions that we found out about. That red light therapy helped tremendously through that. As I suffered with arthritis and tendonitis as well, red light therapy just helped my inflammation so much. After that, after my 3-month study, I had a click in my heart that I have to bring this out to other people. Because if there's anyone that knows it's me, what it feels like to be in any kind of physical, mental, or emotional pain. So that's when I had the idea, but then I started doing more research into every possible other solution that could help. So now today at Arctic Elevation, the services that we offer are the exact services that I used during my healing journey.
Okay, cool. So when you started, it was just in one place, or you tried in another place?
Yeah, so I had to keep going here and there to keep trying, because there was no place for everything. So that's exactly what Arctic is. We're an all-in-one approach to everyone's health and wellness. Everyone's unique. Everyone's health is going to be different.
Cool.
My journey is different than what could be yours. And so that's why we have an all-in-one approach to everyone's health and wellness. We tailor it to everyone.
Okay, cool. Maybe you can tell some stories, what the key problems your space solve for the people. Maybe you can more.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the best part about what we do, and that's part of our why, right? When we see our clients actually experience that change and that relief, and they come to us and they share their own testimony of, oh my goodness, I never thought that I would, be able to get out of bed in the morning, that my back pain would go away. I've been suffering with this for, 10 plus years. And so, in fact, even the CBD IV helped one of our clients tremendously with just chronic pain. They weren't able to really, do their day-to-day life without that intense pain, just nagging, really limiting their abilities. And so after, this client has been a member with us for a little while, and after doing the CBD IV, reviewed and commented everywhere, oh my goodness, this is incredible. For the first time in 10 plus years, I've been able to actually feel a little bit of relief, from that pain. Yeah. And so that just, warms our heart incredibly. And that story is very similar for a lot of people.
Maybe you have some more practical stories, like this girl, she came, she was 10 years old, something more practical.
Yeah, it's funny that you say 10 years old.
10, yeah.
One of our clients, young girl, 10 years old, actually. I know, it's like you knew.
I don't know where from.
Yeah.
Right? And her mom, I remember picking up the phone and getting a call from a mom who was just, you could tell she was stressed and she was worried, and she was sharing, the story of her daughter who's, in and out of the hospital. She's taken out of school. And
sometimes you can survive through illness, but you need to survive through the hospitals.
Yes.
That's what our
and it
pastor
takes away
now.
your, as a kid too, you want to be able to go to school, see your friends, play your sports, right? And so this young girl wasn't able to do that. Again, similar to David's story even, which is why her personal story resonated with us so much. She was, being bounced around from specialist to specialist. No one was really giving her the answers, and her mom was determined, like, nope, I know that, there's something more going on here. She was recommended and had researched on her own red light therapy. So she calls. I remember answering the phone, and she's like, I've heard about red light therapy. I really want, to try this for my daughter. I saw that you guys do this. And so we chatted, and I said, come on in, let's get her, signed up. Let's have her start a session today if you possibly can come in. And so she brings her daughter in.
Yeah, at that time, this daughter, she was suffering over 50 mini seizures every single day. So this was she called us on March 17th. It started for her a few months prior in December. So out of nowhere, she had 1 seizure. A few days later, she had 3. A few days later, she had 8. March of 2024, she was suffering over 50 seizures every single day. So as you can imagine, both of them are suffering. The mom is in so much pain trying to figure out what she can do for her daughter, and her daughter's life is just completely turned over.
Yeah, and so she comes in, right, and so our red light therapy pod, again, what's unique about ours is it's a full body pod, so it looks kind of like a tanning bed in that sense, and so she was a little scared to get in there, so I even offered, I sat in the bed with her, kind of beside her, making sure everything was okay. After 2 weeks of consistent use with the red light therapy, not a single seizure. And that was incredible news to actually see a tangible difference in her experience. And so we've been working very closely with her mom, just kind of alongside their health journey and just monitoring her progress. And so, again, to see a young girl go through that and then to see that relief, again, is just very, very heartwarming.
Yeah, from over 50 seizures a day
Yeah.
to now it's been over a year since she started with Arctic to none.
Wow.
Ever
cool.
since.
And that's what's incredible.
And how
yeah.
long did she how long she were healing at the hospital? Like how many time? Like 2 years before?
So it was about just
yeah.
a 4 months because it started really randomly in the month of December.
Quick.
And then
Debilitating.
now they're going everywhere to every single doctor possible. But it kept getting worse and worse really rapidly for the daughter. So that's when she called us in March 17th. So it's just a few months.
Yeah, and then now they're going on vacations, and she's
Cool.
back with her friends, and she was even doing sports now, and so that was super cool to see her just kind of get her life back.
Yeah, because I resonate a lot with that.
Yeah.
Freshman year of high school, I had to drop out 1 month in as I enroll into online school because I was bedridden at that point. And so no one really understands. Like, you're very envious of your friends because they can go to school. They can
Yeah.
have fun. They can make jokes. They can still play sports. But when you're in that position, you're done. You feel like you can't do anything with your life. So I really resented with that girl.
Yeah. What's really cool, too, about Arctic, and as we share these stories, all of our services, we work with people who either have chronic pain or they have autoimmune conditions or they have injuries or they're just really active and they need, quicker recovery modalities. And so the clients that we work with, there's a huge range in things that they come to us with. And so it's a blessing to be able to have a solution, for anybody who walks in. And that's our goal, is to be able to provide, again, that tailored custom approach to each client. So we're not, just throwing, here, do this, this, and this. Hey, these are your symptoms. Okay, I know red light is going to be very helpful for this. Sounds like you need cryotherapy more so than the infrared sauna, or you need the contrast. And so, again, being able to provide all these services allows just
What
much
type
more
of people
access to
need to know about you? Like which problem?
Everyone.
symptoms.
Everyone's got something going on, right? The more you talk with someone, they either have poor sleep, or they have a lack of energy, or they have digestive issues.
Just everyone need to try this.
Yeah. So that's the amazing thing. It's not just recovery.
It's just for helping your health.
Yeah, it's also preventative care. And so we also work to, increase and support longevity, right? So a lot of our therapies are going to help promote longevity in the life, right? So we can live a higher quality of life at a later age as well. So anti-aging and everything that comes with that as well.
So in which age people can start it? Like you said, 10 years, and till which age? Or
Yeah, it depends on the services.
Yeah, it depends on what the medical history is and what we're looking to treat, what we're looking to prevent. But as you mentioned, we have clients as young as 10 years old to well over 65.
Yeah.
So it's really amazing the amount of clients, amount of people that we get to serve.
Yeah. I personally even started doing cryotherapy at 11 years old of age. And so my experience with all of these services actually goes way back into childhood as well. So it's kind of funny how we met and our paths crossed.
Yeah, so we were long distance for a few years.
Yeah.
So one night we were FaceTiming. I'm going to tell her about my business idea, my vision. This is well before Arctic ever started. And so I'm telling her the services we're going to offer. And she's like, oh my gosh.
I've done all of those.
I did these services at 11. I love this.
I did the IV therapy in high school, the infrared sauna. My parents actually, they use that frequently themselves. The cryotherapy and compression therapy as an athlete. So my background's more of the athletic sports side of things and just the recovery and performance. And then his is more like the chronic pain side. So it's really cool how we have that fusion.
Yeah.
Interesting. You almost answered all my questions, but I have some more. So what technology do you use? You were in many type of technology. Which are in your Arctic elevation?
For sure,
That's
yeah.
right?
Yeah, so we offer the most advanced and effective wellness treatments. So it's cryotherapy, full body cryotherapy, full body red light therapy, infrared sauna, compression therapy, so attachments for your legs, glutes, and arms. Then we do wellness blood work. So you can have a fully comprehensive panel that tests for literally everything you can think of.
Tumor
or you can have a very
markers,
specific panel with,
hormones, all of that.
yeah, if you want to target, like if you want to test for vitamin D or iron, cholesterol, testosterone. And then we have our signature Arctic IVs that we're really known for. All of our IVs are designed to target specific needs, whether it's athletic performance, gut health, anti-aging, beauty. We have so many different IVs that are packed with the exact nutrients designed to target that specific goal to get them to their need.
Great. How many people now are working in your space? In one of them, like first one?
Yeah, so
what's really unique about Arctic Elevations, we don't need to have a lot of staff members within the space at all times. At all times, we have about 1 to 3 staff members there during the day. But of course, then you have your other staff members to help with the scheduling.
Yeah, okay, of course. And how many time passed from the idea to opening?
that's a great question.
It was about 4 years. So I had my vision in 2019, and then we opened June 2023. So it was about 4 years from my vision. I have this click in my heart. I have to bring this out to other people. Wait, how am I going to actually make this happen?
Right.
You know, so
There's a lot that goes into it.
It took a few years.
And then how many spaces do you have now?
So we have well over 17 locations sold, and so we're expanding very rapidly. We actually have a location in Northern California opening next month, so that'll be the 5th location in that area. We have locations nationwide. We started in Seattle, Washington, and then we're in California, Florida, Arizona, North Carolina, South Carolina, Ohio, and I might even be forgetting a few, but we're spreading very rapidly. So we're one of the fastest one of the fastest growing new franchises in 2025.
How do people know about you? How the clients know about you, and how the franchisee can know about you?
So there's a variety of different ways. Obviously, word of mouth is going to be the number one source, but then we also have our national marketing as we go throughout franchises. You know, we go through franchise expos that we have like a booth there, but it just works through connections throughout time.
Word of mouth, I want to touch on that real quick, is the most powerful thing for your business, right? That's how you create a loyal customer, and you bring in more like-minded clients, right? Who, you know, people are loyal to their people, right? You know, you think of your hairdresser or your nail lady or whoever, and that's what we've seen with our Arctic Elevation locations. They love their nurses. They schedule specifically with this certain nurse, you know, and they build this this relationship. Our members, we're seeing a couple times a week, and so we're building very, you know, personal relationships with these people, get to know about their lives. And so again, they just, you know, they have nothing but great things to say. They share that with others and bring them on over.
Interesting. How does it work? It's like subscription, or you go like whatever you want?
Both,
or?
yeah. We are membership based, and so that is how you kind of get the best value and for the most consistency. We do preach consistency. You think about, right, you go to the gym one time and you're not going to see, you know, the abs and the biceps and the results you want.
Yeah.
But if you stay with it and you go even just 2-3 times a week, right, you're going to see those results a lot quicker. And so that's what we preach. Those memberships allow you to do that, but we do have different packages, first time pricing, different things like that as well.
Now we have an option for everyone, but we're definitely membership based.
Great, sounds good. And about a little more about franchisee. What the 3 most important pieces of advice you would give to someone who looking to open medical? Not medical. Wellness center.
Yeah.
We don't say yes to everyone. I've had to say no to many people.
Great.
Because we look for a very specific candidate that is passionate about health and wellness. This is a very personal business of mine. Any franchisee has to have a connection to the Arctic lifestyle. that they live the Arctic lifestyle, that they want to live a health-inspired life. So we look for individuals that are passionate about helping others. That's our number one priority.
Yeah, absolutely. We also look for just this servant heart that people have, right? Customer service is a huge value of Arctic Elevation. And the only way that we can make sure that that is consistent across the nation with all those locations is that everyone who is involved, right, they have this passion for service. What does that look like? What does that mean? Are we putting our client first? It's the little details, not just trying to skim over things, right, and be the fastest in whatever that looks like. And so service, again, a really big part in what we do, how we train, right, client first approach. So that's also a big thing.
How do you manage everything? Like you have already 17 spaces, and how do you manage all of them? How do you do marketing? What they have when they start to be your franchisee?
Yeah, so we have an entire franchise development team that helps oversee every single location that we have nationwide. I like to say it's very plug and play. Imagine a little spreadsheet. You have this item to do, exactly how to do it. So it's plug and play for every single item, for every single franchisee. So it's very easy. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to ever figure it out on your own. We are here to guide you every step of the way.
Right, literally a text away. We're very hands-on. Another interesting way that this works is we have a couple layers of management. So we have our area representatives and then our unit franchisee owners underneath them. And so our area representatives are also there as a resource to help, with, be that first line of communication if headquarters is, can't get to them right away. And so there's always someone to reach out to, always someone who knows the system. A franchisee owner is never alone in that, like David said.
Cool. And how now people know about you? Customers,
again, through our marketing, right? Social media, word of mouth, through different, business-to-business partnerships we have with local gyms, hotels, a lot of people who travel in, or flight attendants, or people who are there quick and they need a quick boost, right? We have those partnerships put into place where we're kind of helping the wellness community as a whole.
So you do all the marketing, but each franchisee do it for themselves too?
Correct. So we provide them marketing collateral. All they have to do is publish it. We walk them through absolutely everything.
Great.
All they have to do is publish it.
You even do videos for them
Correct.
in their place, or
Exactly.
just in your place?
So within our space, other spaces, there's more generic videos, and then we have instructions for videos at their space as well.
Yeah. Even social media content and stuff is created for these locations. So all they got to do is, even to the caption being written in the hashtags, right? All they got to do is copy, paste, and post. Of course, there is freedom to add their own creativity into it as well. But we're never going to leave a location hanging to, again, figure it out for themselves.
Okay, interesting. So we're already done for all the, maybe you want to add something that you know that this will be interesting for your franchisee or for your clients, what they need to know about you.
Something I feel passionate about is that these services, it is an investment in your future, right? And so a lot of the time it's easy to just kind of put off taking care of yourself, and it's easier to just kind of deal with the symptoms, waking up tired, not feeling good, drinking your fourth, fifth, sixth coffee of the day. But that's not the healthiest way for you. And eventually that philosophy is going to crash, right? And so I just am passionate about sharing the knowledge of how these services can help you so you don't get to that crashing point, right? So Arctic Elevation, we provide an investment in your future, essentially, and health is wealth, right? So.
Yeah, I mentioned earlier, I have the best wife ever. Arctic Elevation, our mission is feel your best, be your best. Yeah. You cannot be your best if you don't feel your best. Right. Through our holistic services, we are here to lead and grow and heal everyone in the U.S. That is our mission, and that's what we continue to do.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Sounds really great.
Yeah. It's not just a business, it's a lifestyle.
Okay. Can I ask you two more personal questions? Like, how do you handle with your marriage and business?
I mean,
It's a blessing.
Yeah.
Honestly,
it was
working
very
together.
seamless from the very beginning. We are together 24/7.
24/7. We go to the gym together. We go grocery shopping together. And some people might think that's excessive, but we wouldn't have it any other way.
It's been over 4 years. We're doing great.
Yeah.
It's been a very seamless, also synergistic, just mesh from the very beginning, because we have the same values, the same morals, and the same hobbies, and we love to help each other thrive in every
Yeah.
single possible valley that we can.
Maybe you have some challenges when you start business, and how do you solve them?
You have to be a problem solver. That's
Yeah.
what it takes. Because you're going to have problems no matter what you're going to attempt to do. But you just have to problem solve.
Yeah, and I think too, respect is a big thing too, and respecting one another's ideas, kind of the direction they want to take, knowing when to take, to step in, when to, let the other person lead, and then also being, quick to forgive and move on, and we're a team.
Yeah,
And
you have to trust each
yeah.
other. If I say no, we're gonna take this direction with this, all right,
Then I'm going to respect that
then
and trust
the
that.
entire team has to trust that position. If we have this idea, all right, we have to trust this and go all in. There's no plan B essentially. You have to go all
Cool.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. No plan B.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're big
and
on that.
Cool. And about business, a little bit of a little of numbers. Like, if I gonna be your franchisee, how many customer do I need to have per month to grow? And what is your goal now for your franchisee? How do you represent all this?
The amazing thing about Arctic Elevation, our average customer spend per visit is $313 per visit. So right next door to our business in our Seattle, Washington location, it's a little Viet coffee place. Their average price is $7. Imagine how many customers they need to have the same amount of spend as one customer at Arctic Elevation. So we are a premier location for health and wellness. On average, our studios have from 190 to 350 active memberships every single month. We push recurring revenue every single month. We don't have to rely on extreme high volume clients because we have high quality clients.
When the new wellness center open, what is expectation for them? Like how fast they can go for it?
We have a very quick ramp up speed. So for example, one of our locations, they broke their monthly operating expenses within the first 30 days. They already were beginning to profit on a monthly basis within the very first 30 days. By utilizing the model that we provide, we expect success.
Okay. If I was you and you were searching something bad, can you tell a little bit about something bad in this business, please?
like a con, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know if that exists.
You just get too healthy and too motivated.
You
and
feel too good all the time. You have too
you
much
work out
energy.
too hard. No.
Yeah. You sleep too good. You're too happy.
No, wait, maybe you know that they will have these problems, that they will solve it. So maybe you can tell more for franchisee.
There's going to be problems, but that's exactly what we're here for, to help. We're going to discuss the issue at hand, and we're going to work through it together. So they're not left alone.
And that's where the training comes into play too. I think your staff that's your team, right? And that can, also kind of determine how quickly things speed up and how well you do right off the bat. And so that's where we are very passionate about training, right? It all starts at the top, right, with that leadership. And so that's our responsibility to make sure that our owners and their employees feel very prepared and ready to go. They have everything they need. They were taught the right way to make sure that they can just kind of go right into things. And so if there are any issues, that typically is, kind of comes from that management. And so just making sure everybody is trained properly, and that typically.
Okay, great. And what I need to be your franchisee? Like how many money, or I need to space, or how do I start?
Yeah, you start out by having a conversation with us. So we learn about what is your why. what interests you. And then we discuss the financial situation, about the required liquid capital to start, an expected investment range. But we discuss all of that in our proper steps.
Okay. What was the worst franchisee? Like they start to earn after 6 months or something like that. Any example, please? I know that for US, it's really good business because usually they are earning after 3 years of launching. But what about your examples?
We don't have a current example of any poor experience.
Something bad, please.
It's like impossible to say within
Okay,
this
great.
model because it's designed so specifically.
Yeah, I think the stronger your management is, the more successful you will be. So that's, again, you mentioned something that we look for, right? Just the ability, again, this is not if you want to just, start a business and then never think about it again, right? Like we want, we look for people who, again, are
Of course, you want to be
dedicated.
new McDonald's, but not McDonald's. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Got you. We do good, and just say something for your customers and for your new franchisee here. Any type of blessings or any wishes that you want to say.
Because of everyone, I get to live out my dream and be a part of Arctic Elevation with my wife here at Kiana. I'm blessed. I thank everyone that's ever visited any of our Arctic locations. We are here to continue serving all of you through the most advanced and effective wellness treatments.
Your health is your wealth. Invest in it.
Yeah, great. Thank you so much. It was
Thank
great.
you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and we're done.